Between the optimist and the pessimist, the difference is droll. The optimist sees the doughnut, the pessimist the hole. Beauty is the only thing that time cannot harm. Philosophies fall away like sand, and creeds follow one another like the withered leaves of autumn. But what is beautiful is a joy for all seasons and a possession for all eternity. Good intentions have been the ruin of the world. The only people who have achieved anything have been those who have had no intentions at all. This wallpaper is dreadful, one of us will have to go. Sooner or later we have all to pay for what we do. Whenever I am in doubt, I ask myself, what would Jesus do? And then I realize Jesus got crucified, so maybe his decision-making isn't all that great. Marriage is the triumph of imagination over intelligence. Second marriage is the triumph of hope over experience. Crying is the refuge of plain women, but the ruin of pretty ones. Only the shallow know themselves. A man can be happy with any woman as long as he does not love her. Of course, I have played outdoor games. I once played dominoes in an open-air cafe in Paris. We are each our own devil, and we make this world our hell. Nothing can cure the soul but the senses, just as nothing can cure the senses but the soul. To live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people exist, that is all. In examinations, the foolish ask questions that the wise cannot answer. Those who try to lead the people can only do so by following the mob. Nothing is good in moderation. You cannot know good in anything until you have torn the heart out of it by excess. You know more than you think you know, just as you know less than you want to know. Wickedness is a myth invented by good people to account for the curious attractiveness of others. Life is never fair, and perhaps it is a good thing for most of us that it is not. I beg your pardon, I didn't recognize you. I have changed a lot. When a man is old enough to do wrong, he should be old enough to do right also. The world was my oyster, but I used the wrong fork. It is what you read when you don't have to that determines what you will be when you cannot help it. The man who says his wife cannot take a joke forgets that she took him. Don't feed the trolls, nothing fuels them so much. Women are never disarmed by compliments. Men always are. That is the difference between the sexes. Circumstances should never alter principles. I love to talk about nothing. It is the only thing I know anything about. A little sincerity is a dangerous thing, and a great deal of it is absolutely fatal. Most people are other people. Their thoughts are someone else's opinions, their lives a mimicry, their passions a quotation. All charming people, I fancy, are spoiled. It is the secret of their attraction. There are times when sorrow seems to me to be the only truth. No good deed goes unpunished. Everyone may not be good, but there is always something good in everyone. Never judge anyone shortly, because every saint has a past and every sinner has a future. Anybody can make history, only a great man can write it. What is a cynic? A man who knows the price of everything and the value of nothing. And a sentimentalist, my dear Darlington, is a man who sees an absurd value in everything and doesn't know the marketplace of any single thing. There are moments when one has to choose between living one's own life, fully, entirely, completely, or dragging out some false, shallow, degrading existence that the world in its hypocrisy demands. I have grown to love secrecy. It seems to be the one thing that can make modern life mysterious or marvelous to us. The commonest thing is delightful if only one hides it. To be entirely free, and at the same time entirely dominated by law, is the eternal paradox of human life. Crying is for plain women. Pretty women go shopping. With age comes wisdom, but sometimes age comes alone. Religions die when they are proved to be true. Science is the record of dead religions. Football is all very well as a game for rough girls, but is hardly suitable for delicate boys. I can resist everything except temptation. The gods are strange. It is not our vices only they make instruments to scourge us. They bring us to ruin through what in us is good, gentle, humane, loving. Every impulse we strangle will only poison us. We are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars. Morality is simply the attitude we adopt towards people we personally dislike. A daughter is a mother's gender partner, her closest ally in the family confederacy, an extension of herself. Author unknown. As long as a woman can look 10 years younger than her own daughter, she is perfectly satisfied. A sinnily committing suicide is always a depressing spectacle. It seems to me that we all look at nature too much and live with her too little. The most terrible thing about it is not that it breaks one's heart. Hearts are made to be broken, but that it turns one's heart to stone. As long as a woman can look 10 years younger than her daughter, she is perfectly satisfied. To be popular, one must be a mediocrity. It is a much cleverer thing to talk nonsense than to listen to it. I was very much disappointed in the Atlantic Ocean. After the first glass, you see things as you wish they were. After the second, you see things as they are not. Finally, you see things as they really are, and that is the most horrible thing in the world. My philosophy: I am always right and you are wrong. The essence of thought, as the essence of life, is growth. Marriage is a long, dull meal with dessert served at the beginning. The heart was made to be broken. Keep love in your heart. A life without it is like a sunless garden when the flowers are dead. The consciousness of loving and being loved brings a warmth and a richness to life that nothing else can bring. Cultivated leisure is the aim of man. Anybody can sympathize with the sufferings of a friend, but it requires a very fine nature to sympathize with a friend/s success. Women have a wonderful instinct about things. They can discover everything except the obvious.